Hey, right there. My name is Jason Wright, and I'm going to be taking over for Jay. For Hey there. My name is Jason Wright. I'm going to be Chad Parento's host of Stone Soup today. I'm going to be co-host. I'm going to be. I'll be taking this plane for a journey. We're all going to be on this journey together. We have some great poets on the open mic. What I'd like to do today is be able to promote some stuff of the poets, share some of the relevant links, that kind of stuff. And the idea is when all is said and done, you'll learn more about the poets and just their poetry. You'll learn more about, Jon and his book. I'll talk about Oddball Festival. If anyone else has any relevant links, YouTube links, any of that kind of stuff. So what I'd like to do is real quick, I'd like to introduce myself and why I'm here. So my name is Jason Wright, and I am the editor of oddballmagazine.com. It has been a thing that I created in 1995. So that makes me older-ish. And it was a zine, and now it is a magazine, and now it is grown to now what is called the Oddball Foundation, which is a 501c3 for mental health advocacy. That being said, Chad Parento has been the loyal associate editor of Oddball Magazine for eons, and I've been part of Stone Soup since Out of the Blue Art Gallery when it was on Prospect Street, and all the good old days of how awesome that place was and the beautiful art that was in that establishment. So I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to be a part of this event here. So we have some really wonderful writers, very respected writers and performers here. Especially we have just some really great people. Some people who will be at Oddball Festival. Some and we'll talk about that. That's something that I'm here to also talk about. So without further ado, let's get our so what I'd like to do, if you're in the open mic, I'd like you to raise your hand as a participant. I will call. All right, we can do that too. Jon Wesick raised his hand. That's how we're gonna do it. There's a virtual hand at the bottom there, Jan. You click it. Robert, you got your hand raised. All right, we're doing great. Yeah, so let's kick it off with Jon Wesick. Jon,
thank you, Jason.
So welcome to Stone Soup. So how are you doing today?
I'm doing well. Doing well. And how are you?
I'm doing great. I'm excited to be able to be a host for Stone Soup today. It's an honor. So
yeah, it's fun.
Do you want to promote anything currently?
Well, of course, here's my book, the John Clooney thrillers. It has 3 of my spy novels in one paperback. They were out in Kindle for a while, and it just came out in paperback. It's on the website that shall not be named. But if you want a signed copy, you can actually write to me, and I can send you one as well.
Now, is it all right if I share the website that cannot be named?
It's perfectly fine.
Okay, that would be this website right here, and this is the book. Am I correct?
That's the book. You can also get a Kindle for cheaper. It's broken separately. Like I say, this one has 3 novels all put into one paperback. It's about 500 pages.
Jon? Is this like a continuation? Is this like a 3 books that run into each other?
Yeah, it's the same character. John Clooney is a CIA officer, and he takes part in 3 novels there. Yeah.
That is fantastic. You can get it. You can write to Jon Wesick, or you can get it right here at Amazon. And the link will be, this is on YouTube, and it'll be in the YouTube links. So without further ado, Jon, are you going to be reading poetry, or are you going to be reading a short excerpt of this book?
I'm going to be reading from a short story that I started reading last week. It's called The Spokescritter Killings, where detectives Wagmore and Torres are investigating the murder of a cartoon advertising mascot called Lenny the Cornflake Chipmunk.
All right, now before you do that, let me give you your due, and I'm going to pin you to the. I'm going to make you the center stage here, my friend. So here you go. Jon Wesick, welcome. Take the stage.
Thank you. Dean Shumway Wagmore showed his badge. I'm Detective Wagmore, and this is Detective Torres. Mind if we come in? Sure. Shumway ushered them into a living room, gestured to a leather sofa, and took a seat on a bearskin rug in the middle of the floor. He was wiry with blue eyes and a beard that was white with age. "Do you own a gun, Mr. Shumway?" Torres pointed to the antelope and Cape buffalo heads mounted on the walls. "Bow hunting," Shumway replied, "just like our ancestors did for thousands of years." "When was the last time you saw Lenny the cornflake chipmunk?" Wagmore asked. "Saw it on the news. Real tragedy, but it was bound to happen." "What do you mean?" Torres asked. "If somebody didn't kill him, the processed foods would have gotten him eventually. After I starred in all those cornflake commercials, I realized the human body wasn't designed for that kind of diet. Tried to convince Lenny, but he wouldn't listen. Had a blow up 3 years ago. Haven't spoken to him since." "Where were you on Tuesday night?" Wagmore asked. "Giving a seminar at a Mukherjee Center." Shumway pointed to a hardcover he'd authored titled "The Neanderthal Diet." "Know anybody who'd want to hurt Lenny?" Torres asked. "You might check with our co-star, Maggie," Shumway said. There were rumors of sexual harassment on set. As they were leaving, Wagmore noticed a "Kintsugi for Mayor" bumper sticker on Shumway's Porsche. The interview had to wait because Wagmore got a call about a dead body in the hills. The deceased was none other than Wanda the woke walrus. Her maid found her unresponsive by the pool and called it in. "Energy drinks, Adderall, and methamphetamine." Dr. O'Brien pointed to the cans and bottles strewn by the body. "Could it be foul play?" "My guess is an overdose or suicide. I'll know more after the autopsy. Seems like she couldn't get woke enough." Adolf Hitler shook his fist and rammed it in front of a giant eagle and swastika while thousands of fanatical followers cheered. "Excuse me, Mr. Fuhrer." Wanda, the woke walrus, raised her hand from the front row. "You forgot to tell us your pronouns." "He, him, his." Hitler slapped his forehead. "Mein Gott, I've been wrong all this time." Black and white newsreel footage played backwards. A building reassembled as a bomb rose and attached to a Stuka's belly. German troops marched backwards, retreating through the Arc de Triomphe. "Always remember," Wanda wagged her finger, "language has power." And I'll stop there and maybe pick it up if we got a second round.
Wow. That is fantastic. So how much of this book have you actually read so far, John?
Well, this one is just a short story, and so I've read, I've read maybe a third of the way through so far.
Okay, cool. Yeah, no, that's fantastic. Really great. Well done. Are you planning on publishing that? Do you have a go-to you want to shout out who you like to get
Yeah,
published with?
I'm planning on publishing it. You know how it is. It takes forever to get things published. I did have one recently published in a very fine literary magazine called Horror Sleaze Trash, and actually, I'll put a link to that one in the in the chat as well.
Shout out to Horace Lee's Trash. Are you all about the pulp detective novels, John?
I've been doing a lot of parodies of detective stories in the past year or so. Yeah.
Wow, that's awesome. Well, all right, give it up for John. And if you want, check out his book. There it is, The Enigma Brokers, The Shadow Killers, The Prey Deception, all available on the A Word. That's it. That's where it is. John, thanks for coming to Stone Soup.
Thanks, Jason.
All right, who do we got up next? Hold on, guys. 1 second. Let me just. So while we're here, kind of moseying around with the Zoom, after what 2 years of this stuff, we probably should know how to use it, but apparently I don't. I just want to quickly share that we are having an oddball festival at the Mansfield Mass Arts Center. And I wanted to share the lineup. So I'm very excited about that. So let's see. We have Bil Lewis about to join. Are you joining, Bill? Because you just popped up on the screen. All right. So check out Jon Wesick there. His recent story that he just got published is in Horace Lee's Trash, available at Horace Lee's Trash. Bill, what's behind Bill? This is Bil Lewis here. Bill, welcome to Stone Soup. What do you got there? What's going on? What is that? Hold on a second.
Yes. Yes. Are you there? Can you hear me? Jason is muted. I can't hear him. What's wrong with poor guy?
Cat's got my tongue, I guess. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna give the floor to Bill, because you popped up first. So Bill, why don't you take the floor? Do you have anything relevant you want to share? Anything of your work that you want to share?
Well, of course, I am teaching high school computer science. So if you have young kids who want to learn how the world works, they can come on and follow my link to OutSchool, and they will have me as a wonderful teacher. What could be better than that? Oh, my goodness, it is such an opportunity to have me. I mean, how many kids can actually say that they have someone as good and wonderful as me as their teacher? Who could think it?
Okay, Bil Lewis, you have the floor. What are you doing today? What work are we doing?
We are doing lots of floor work today.
Okay, well, Bill, when you're ready, you have the stage.
So there is my floor, and the belt sander's over there, and that's lots and lots and lots of sawdust.
Very nice.
It's going to be beautiful.
Very nice. Very nice.
And now I'm getting seasick from the camera.
All right.
God, why do you people do stuff like this?
Okay.
I would not allow me on Stone.
No, I wouldn't. All right. So while Bill is
all right, now it is my attempt at poetry, sir.
Okay, 1 second, Bill. Let me get you pinned up. So there we go. You have the floor, sir. Bil Lewis, everybody. Stone Soup.
Excellent. On my knees, I pray to you. Do not run from me, dear Sander. Please just stay. You always try to pull me there when I would rather you were here, and scattering dust behind you, through which I have to crawl. This is not my idea of vacation fun. I feel more like a thrall. Oh, Belt Sander, I know, you know I love you still. I couldn't do this floor without you. Without you, I would accomplish nil. So let me set aside my earmuffs and my knee pads too. I'll take a bit of exercise and return afresh and anew. We shall complete this floor together and rejoice for what we have done. But now, my dear sweet belt sander, it's time for me to get some sun. An ode to a belt sander.
An ode to a belt sander. Well done. Now this shows that you can write about anything. If you're writing about belt sanders, you can write about anything. Congratulations, Bill. That is fantastic. Thanks for reading, Bill. We're gonna go around again, and excellent. Ode to a belt sander. Great job. So what I want to do real quick is if you want to raise your hand, if you want to read, I'd really love the next reader to come up. But while we're doing that, I just want to quickly just let you all know about Oddball Show. And I don't know where it, let's see. I wanted to quickly tell you about Oddball Show and what that is. And that is basically A podcast. Can you all see that? Can you all see the Oddball Show there? Can we all
Yes,
see
my eyes still work.
Fantastic. See, I have this all run over differently. But anyway, if you want to check out Oddball Show, it's a lot about a mental health advocacy. We have interviews from Anne Bracken. Anne Bracken is a Mad in America writer. She just wrote a book called Crash, which is about her new memoirs about over medication of prescriptions and her recovery from it. And she's challenging the idea of over medication in psychiatry. And then, you know, we have other people. We have Sasha DeBrule. He did the T-Maps. He's a writer. He's been on TED Talks, a fantastic writer. We have peer advocates like Thomas Brown. Some interesting stuff, the history of psychiatry. I don't know if you know the history of psychiatry, but it's a brutal history. That's a documentary from our intern, Irene. Very well researched, very well spoken about her, just these different psych treatments that have gone throughout the years. There's more episodes than that. You can get it on all podcast platforms. So that's Oddball Show. All right. Next, we have Jan Rowe and James Van Looy about to join. So here we go. Jan Rowe and James Van Looy. So real quick, I'm just going to introduce James Van Looy as if you know anyone from Oddball Magazine, you'll know James Van Looy. He's been part of the magazine since the beginning, and he has something called It's All One Thing. And I'm very excited to have him here to read something. I want to let you know, James, huge fan of your work. So let's do this. I'm very excited. Jan Rowe and James Van Looy. Here you go.
Yeah, let Jan go first. Go ahead, Jan.
He wants
Fantastic.
me to go first.
You got it. What?
Okay. I was moving papers around the other day, and I came across this one by Rumi. And I just decided I should read instead of some of my very depressing exposition. This being human is a guest house. Every morning, a new arrival, a joy, a depression, a meanness, some momentary awareness comes as an unexpected visitor. Welcome and attend them all. Even if they're a crowd of sorrows who violently sweep your house, empty of its furniture, still treat each guest honorably. He may be cleaning you out for some new delight. The dark thought, the shame, the malice. Meet them at the door laughing and invite them in. Be grateful for whoever comes because each has been sent as a guide from beyond. Thank you, Rumi.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Thank you so much, Jan. James, would you like to take the floor?
Yeah, I'll go ahead. So I have a piece here called Forever War 2013. Forever War 2013. For over a decade now, on both the left and the right, they've been asking where the peace movement, the holy Swiss cheese, go with the ham and the meat grinder of the endless invasions, an occupation that used to be called the War on Terror, but now has no name since the new administration, the Obamaites, as I've come to call them, attempted to rename the mess, as I think we all think of it now. But that new name didn't stick. So now the pundits and PR persons don't call it anything except to comment that it has no name. So making it, I guess, the no name war, which goes on and on. Nobody even knows how many countries fought in, as nobody seems to know for what strategic reasons, and discussed by no one with weapons none will admit exists, so heavens forbid that anyone should require an accounting of costs, not to mention of benefits, because no records are being kept, even as meanwhile, a handful of dedicated activists confronts the publicly proven war criminals wherever they stand up to spread their endless lies, which are just out to maintain endless war everywhere. I go and I see the old hippie peace signs, of which I still possess a 1960s poster with lovely girl with flowing Mother Earth hair wrapped around it, which of course is actually the old no nuke symbol made by combining flag semaphore positions for 2 letters inside the circle of life that now becomes so ubiquitous again everywhere on kids' t-shirts and hats and school bags, lunch boxes, and yes, party favors, both in inner cities and distant suburbs. All somehow choose it until it becomes, the longer the endless war goes on, this is, I said, unseen fad that just grows among our kids who never knew that the moral majority had waged a 4 decades long campaign to label it satanic, and that the counterculture is so identified with is anything but the only possible alternative to this relentless mercenary fact of torture and murder, which torments their present as it all but kills their only possible future. And here's a song for you, very short.
Excellent. Excellent.
Beautiful dreamer, wake unto me. Starlight and dewdrop are waiting for thee. Sounds of the rude world heard in the day, lulled by the moonlight, have all passed away. Beautiful dreamer, queen of my song, lisp while I woo thee with soft melody. Gone are the cares of life's busy throng. Beautiful dreamer, awake unto me. Beautiful dreamer, awake unto me. Thank you.
Wow. Everybody, that was fantastic performance, James. Fantastic. That was great. If you want to see more of James Van Lloyd, just go to Oddball Magazine. It's All One Thing every Thursday for the last 8, 9, 10 years. James Van Lloyd, without a doubt, has been at Oddball Magazine every single Thursday for many, many years. And James, thank you so much for doing that. Appreciate it. All right. Next up, we have Robert Fleming. Are you ready to join, Robert?
I am.
Fantastic. Fantastic. All right, Robert, you have the floor.
Well, I wanted to share that I'm a Jew and I've always been afraid of Christmas lights. So I'm desensitizing myself to my fear of Christmas lights. I'm starting with a Christmas lights virtual background, and I've been able to handle that so far.
Very good, James. Very good, Robert. Robert, you look different. Do you have a purple goatee on right now?
I do. One of the things that I do is that I experiment with Zoom makeup.
Oh, lovely.
And one of my activities as a graphic artist is when I attend an open mic with a host, I take a Zoom photograph of them, and then I make an avatar and put them side by side in a photograph, and I give that as a gift to the host. I'm sorry I haven't done that tonight for you, Jason, but I have done it for Chad.
Have you done it for Chad? Have you done it for Chad?
I have.
That's fantastic. I'm sure that is amazing to see. All right. Well, hey, what are you going to be reading today, Robert?
I'm going to share some publicity. In February of 2023, I became, with 9 other writers, a contributing editor for a press imprint called Old Scratch Press, and I'm going to be promoting the first book that we just published. It came out last week. It's called Breaking the Field by Ellis Elliott. And the parent press is Devil's Party Press. I'm going to read my book review of the book I just wrote today, which hopefully will be live on Amazon within 2 days.
Awesome.
Ellis Elliott's Breaking the Field is a poetry book that wonders about unique perceptions. Part 1 is a mother trying to understand her disabled son. Part 2 starts with how non-disabled children understand their world, moves to how a pandemic's isolation changes what is seen, and then returns to the same focus as part 1. Part 3 continues with a mother in search of understanding her disabled son. The voice explores in static, what does it mean when a child does not speak? Can a child's sounds be compared to pulse whale calls, dolphin chatter? In When Your Mother Buys You Self-Help Books Instead of Talking, poems a mother giving her child a book to read instead of talking. The voice discloses at the middle of the book that her son's disability may be schizophrenia. In On the Eve of My Son's Early Onset Schizophrenia Exam. The poetry form is half traditional and half prose poetry. The poem devices used are indentation, incento for Julian and Julian dreams, and columns in Our Truest Hungers. The originality of Breaking the Field is a mother's search to understand her disabled son breaking the field. And I'm just also going to briefly share one of the promotion activities that I'm doing for the author. The author is not very well connected to the open mic scene, and I'm trying to get her some features. I'm starting off with the open mic where I have a personal relationship with the host, which is Time to Arrive, which is United States and California. And I'll just share 2 other things I found out today. There were 2 other open mics I was hoping to get Ellis the feature at. One is in Scotland at a mic called Like a Blot from the Blue, but I wonder whether that's finished. They have no 2023 events. And the other one is an open mic in Japan, which has a large focus on performance poetry. And the mic is called Kotoba. But also, like the Scotland one, there's been no listings for 2023. So I wonder whether that has been ended. So this is just my worksheet for pursuing feature events for Ellis Elliott for her book. And I just wanted
fantastic.
Thank you for letting me share my activities to promote Ellis Elliott for Old Scratch Press.
Now, I'm wondering if you would want to do one more, maybe, and read one of the poems, if that would be something you would want to do.
Okay, I can do that. I can read one of hers.
All right. Do you have it ready right now, or do you want me to go and give you a minute? I can give you a minute.
No, I have it. I can get it. I already have it opened.
Okay, fantastic. Robert Fleming, you have the floor, and you're promoting what looks like a great book. So here we go. This is Ellis
Elliott,
and the book is called
Breaking the Field.
And it seems like it's a very mental health focused book, which is awesome. So let's hear something from it.
I'll read the first poem in the book. It's called Hemorrhage. Hemorrhage. How the world looks like bumper cars of crashing consonants, like sandpaper on the ears of your skin, like a John Cage song made from dead fish on piano strings, rubber ducks, and ice in a blender, like bad tap water in a foreign country, like carbonated bubbles up your nose, like teeth on teeth, like a surprise party gone wrong. Thank you.
Robert, thank you so much, and thank you for sharing this poet's work. It's fantastic. And we'll probably be hearing more from Ellis Elliott real soon. All right, Robert, thank you so much. Who would like to take the floor next? Just raise your hand and jump on up. Okay, Jon Engstrom. If you're ready, I'm gonna bring you up here. You have the
Okay.
floor. Is there anything you would like to promote?
Yeah, can you hear me? Or am I
Yes.
muted? You can hear me.
I can hear you, John.
Oh, good. Okay. Yeah, what I want to promote is an art exhibit that I have work in South Boston at Spoke Gallery, and it's there from until August 15th. And it represents the work of a dozen artists who went on a retreat in Tuscany a few months ago. And it's all work that was done there. So it's a pretty cool exhibit.
Nice. And is that your artwork behind you?
Yes, it is.
Wow, phenomenal, phenomenal. We've seen you in Oddball, am I correct?
Correct. Yes.
Yeah. Your work is fantastic. Is it multimedia?
Sometimes it's mixed media. Mostly it's analog collage.
Analog collage. That's interesting. How come you got into that field of analog collage?
Basically from clipping things out of magazines and putting them together in odd juxtapositions.
I gotta ask, were you ever a zine person back in the day?
A zine person? No, no, I wasn't. No.
No? Okay. All right.
Missed out on that.
Yeah, that's kind of my thing. That's kind of how I created Oddball Magazine. It was originally a zine. So
Oh yeah.
so this art exhibit is at Spoke. It's a museum in South Boston.
It's a gallery in South Boston.
I mean, an art gallery. Yeah.
And it's yeah.
Right.
It's there through August 15th.
And your work's up there currently.
Correct.
Fantastic. Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll put that link on Facebook, and we'll also put it in the YouTube video as well.
Excellent.
All right. Jon Engstrom, you have the floor. What do you be reading?
Great. I have a piece here called From an Injured Lover, and it's really short. And it's dated July 4th, although it has nothing to do with the 4th of July. I don't know if I was thinking something. But anyway, From an Injured Lover. Your jism died the day you broke that subterranean subdural pharmacy into shards of propriety and conformity, which crackled with false energy.
That was short.
That's
That
it.
was short. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, powerful though. Do you have another poem that you'd like to read?
I do. I have one that's a little longer. It's about going to the dentist.
Fantastic.
Okay.
Drill us with that one.
Gladly. It's called Oral Massacre. Under Novocaine at the dentist, my mouth and lips feel swollen grotesquely as I probe them with my tongue, like the bloated kissers of a Donatella Versace, but inside instead of outside. Pick, scrape, drill, whiz, buzz. Yellow jackets in epic numbers swarm the ridges and valleys of my inner mouth. Whiz, whee! Flying specks of blood litter my paper bib as the dentist drills, picks, gouges, scrapes, digs, bears down, has his way with one of the most intimate of human orifices. My cup runneth over. I was told that at age 4 at the dentist, they sedated me. And as I went under, burst into song, I dream of Jeannie with the light green ears. Even way back when, fantasizing about leprechauns and play with language, coping mechanisms, perhaps, perhaps.
Nice. I love that. Everyone, congratulations. That's a great poem. Jon Engstrom, thank you. And make sure to check out John's work at Spoke in South Boston. It's a cool art gallery, and it's running till August 15th.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Indeed.
Fantastic. That's awesome. All right. I really enjoyed that. Okay. So next, do we have
Now I have to go.
who do we have up next? Next, we have Ethan Mackler. Awesome. Ethan, grab the stage. Let's see. Ethan,
Thank
just give me
you.
1 second. I'm going to pin you there to this. There you go. You got the floor, Ethan. Ethan, what are we doing today?
I was going to play this 4-stringed bass guitar.
Fantastic. Here we go. Ethan Mackler, you got the floor. Wow. Wow. Wow, that was awesome. Can we I mean, if you want to take yourself off mute and give Ethan a round of applause, that was incredible. Wow, good job. Giving the flowers to Ethan. That was really good.
Bravo, bravo.
Well done. Well done.
Yay.
Now, Ethan, you're part of the Garage Poets, am I right?
Yes, I am.
Awesome, awesome. So I'm going to make an announcement now. So part of Oddball Festival, I don't know if I spoke with one of the Garage Poets. His name is Jeff Taylor. And Jeff Taylor is going to be one of the poets, along with Ethan Mackler and Anna, who's going to be reading as a part of Oddball Festival. So that's one part of Oddball Festival. I don't know if you were aware of that, everyone. So let's go. So I wanted to real quick tell everyone about Oddball Festival. Can you see my screen? Can everyone see my screen? So we have an event August 13th. Promo code Stone Soup. If you use the promo code Stone Soup, you get in half price for this event. That is only for this right now. It's Stone Soup. So it's Oddball Festival, and the point of it is we're going to have a lot of advocacy organizations speaking. We're going to have a lot of live music performances, and we're going to have a lot of Oddball poets. We're going to have CCR Chagra coming down from Jersey. We're going to have Chad Parento, Jason, well, myself, Timothy Gager. We're going to have the Garage Poets. We're going to have James Van Looy, and we're going to have many other poets from this region who are directly related to Oddball in some way. It's gonna be incredible. We have a bunch of vendors coming down for this event. We have some food trucks, really great. So it's gonna be awesome. I don't know if you've ever seen Eric Salt and Erica Mantone perform, but they are a fantastic duo. Eric Salt's super talented. Erica Mantone is a beautiful singer. Shifting Gears Sound Healing Project, that is going to be amazing. There's going to be a 15-minute sound healing on stage with all the sound healing stuff. And then we also have Sir Ian, who's going to be doing an amazing acoustic set. We have incredible mental health advocacy organizations speaking about the power of mental health advocacy, dispelling the myths of mental illness, building community, and all those kind of things. So it's going to be awesome. A really fun event. I can't wait. I'm so pumped up for it. If you're in the Mansfield area, come to the Mansfield Mass Arts Center, which is not too far away from Boston. Come on down and enjoy this incredible event. And if you're listening, promo code Stone Soup will get you $5 off the already very cheap price that we've already lowered the tickets. So Stone Soup, will you be your promo code? That promo code is only for Stone Soup, and that is it. So Ethan, thank you. We look forward to seeing you with the Garage Poets on August 13th. So it's gonna be awesome. Fantastic. Carol Weston, do you feel like reading some poetry?
Well, doing what I'm doing. Yes.
Fantastic. Fantastic. I'm gonna just get you pinned up here, and then I'm gonna give you the floor. Okay, just 1 second. All right, let me just. Okay, the floor is yours, Carol. What are you going to be reading today?
Well, the first thing I wanted to say is that John Mulrooney's book of poems has just come out. It's called Spooky Action. And a couple of lines from Fred Marchand about this book. John Mulrooney's Spooky Action takes us on a high-velocity, free association journal through our times. These poems arise out of a capricious imagination determined to meet and keep in mind whatever the world delivers, to make music of what is sometimes the world offers the poet an evanescent. Well, anyway, Mahoney's poems follow our difficult human trail wherever it leads, and in this process, he widens and deepens our sense of the real, which is, of course, why poetry matters. Oh, did I say his book is called Spooky Action, Poems by John Mulrooney. So I wanted to mention that. And I hope that I wanted him to say something, but maybe next week. So, as I said last week, I fall among the thorns of life I die was the first line of poetry that I had any interest in. Today is Jung's birthday, and Jung said, Jung said that he gets physical pain if he fails to write down what comes to mind. Because if he says to himself, I'll remember, he won't remember. In other words, 3 a.m., an idea comes, boy, do you write it down as fast as possible. Oh, yeah, well.
Carol, that was phenomenal. Do you have another poem?
No, I have, damn it. All right, I can't find, oh, yeah. Oh, this weird thing.
Okay, fantastic.
Have you
Carol,
seen the
here we go.
photo? Have you seen the photo of 1941? The angelic face of J. Robert Oppenheimer. Now the film is noticed. And from this angel face came the bomb that could destroy us all.
That's fantastic. Fantastic. Give it up for Carol Weston, everybody. That was fantastic. We have a lot of people on the line, Carol, and we're all really just, it's great. Thank you so much.
What is your name?
Oh, my name is Jason Wright. I met you a couple
Hi.
times back in the day when I was at Stone Soup. So I'm a
Yeah.
big fan of your work. I don't know if you remember me. Big fan.
Wow.
Okay, so well, do you guys mind if I read a poem? Is that all right with you? And then we'll go.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll read around one more time. All right. So as you know, Oddball Magazine is oddballmagazine.com. Here it is. I have a weekly column. It's called Jagged Thoughts. And along with James, I have been doing this for quite a while, and I'm on Jagged Thought 486. And this is my poem, Stars and Sea. And basically, I think it's self-explanatory. So Jagged Thought 486, Stars and Sea. When I felt hopeless, I read Cosmic Theory. When I felt sadness, I read about the sea. It made me more sad, and I stopped reading. Likely, I'll never touch a star or swim to see those freaky fishes. But if I had 3 wishes, I'd wish to explore the bottom of the sea, then the top of the heavens. And then that final wish, I would give it to you so I could say I did something for someone else instead of being myself-ish. And that's that poem. So what I'd like to do, you guys want to go around one more time? Well, you guys got a room for one more? Okay, Jon Wesick has his thumbs up. Robert Fleming has his thumbs up. There's a heart from Jan Rowe and James Van Loy. John, why don't you jump on the stage again, and we'll do this one more time.
Okay, let me just continue reading on the story.
All right, sure. Let me just get you up there in speaker mode, and we'll do this. You're in speaker mode. Okay, second round. Everybody grab a glass of water. We're going around one more time. Jon Wesick, take the stage.
2 advertising mascots dead in 2 days. There has to be a connection, Captain. Damn it, Wagmore. Homicide doesn't have the budget for you to chase your wild goose chases. Dr. O'Brien said the walrus died of an overdose, so drop it. Yeah, just like the aardvark killer, the department never has the budget when it comes to saving Toons' lives. That was 30 years ago. Barkless fixed Wagmore with a stare he'd perfected over decades as a beat cop, a stare that could fill gangbangers' intestines with icicles. These deaths are isolated incidents. Now get out of my office. Come on, Dirk. Torres put a hand on Wagmore's shoulder. We got work to do. My parents never liked him. Maggie Haywood sipped her drink through a straw. Taking a break from shooting a toon bang, she'd covered her nudity with a blue nylon robe while a herd of toon rhinos and their oxpecker fluffers waited for the next scene. Lenny and I were both 16, but Dad said he was over 100 in chipmunk years. Anyway, the studio offered a cash settlement for my parents to forget the whole thing. When was the last time you saw him? Torres asked. 20 years ago. After the settlement, my parents moved us to Ohio, said it was a more family-friendly atmosphere. Air bubbled in the straw as Maggie finished her drink. I followed his career, though. He was more than a mouthpiece for cornflakes. He wanted to play King Lear. Know anybody who had heard him? Wagmore asked. My parents, but they cashed in the big poker chip in the sky after a fifth wheel sideswiped their minivan in Vegas. Maggie nodded toward the director. I gotta go back to work. If I can help, let me know. Thanks for your time, Torres said. His hair cut in a mohawk, Dean approached Lenny, who was disguised in a fedora and muscle shirt. I'm looking for some action, Dean said. Officer! Lenny held his wrists together as if in handcuffs. I'm clean! He showed both his arms, had no tracks. I'm just waiting for a friend. I ain't a cop, Dean said. Then why are you asking me for action? She sent me. Dean pointed to Maggie, who wore sunglasses and shorts. 1 box of Bruckner's cornflakes for 15 minutes, 2 boxes for 25. I don't know, Dean said. I promise you, you ain't had pussy like that. It'll make your cock so hard you're going to explode. All right. Dean produced 2 boxes from underneath his olive drab jacket. Woohoo! Lenny danced around and his fedora fell off, revealing his rodent head. Foolish chipmunk. Cornflakes are for humans. Dean retrieved the boxes. Bruckner's cornflakes. So tasty, you'll pimp your sister. And we'll continue next week.
Oh, it's so tasty. You'll pimp your sister. Holy cow. Oh man. So is your writing all like this stuff that you can get at Amazon? Is it all very similar?
It's all over the place. You know, I've got poems, short stories, and novels. Lately, I've been doing a lot of parodies. Lately, I do a lot of parodies, and experimental fiction seems to be short stories. Seems to be what I've been writing the most in the last couple of years.
That was phenomenal. Give it up for Jon Wesick, everybody. That was just really great.
Thanks, everybody.
All right. Who's going to jump up next on the open mic? All right. We have, well, Bill went last week. Are you going around again, Bill? Thumbs up? Thumbs up? All right, Bill, you have the floor. I'm just trying to go in order as it was last time.
You are so organized. Are you like one of those obsessive compulsive people who want everything, like all the poets have to line up and fit in the correct boxes? What happens if you have a poet who doesn't fit in one of your boxes? What do you do then?
I'm an idiot savant, Bill. Idiot savant.
Oh, well, that's cool then. I sit here, this is the best time ever in the entire history of the world to be alive. Never had so many people have such opportunity. Never has there been so little war in the world. I know the war that exists is always horrible. If you're the one in the middle of the war, that really sucks. But, compared to 100 years ago, we are so peaceful. And there are times when I'm just so frustrated when all these people who have so much will not use what they have and sit and complain. Well, anyway. My quotidian ruminations. The rooster crows. My bladder explodes. I rush to the room of relief and get my relief. Damn bladder. I fear that I have trained it. It knows when I'll comply that I will comply when it requests. Coffee brewing. Oh yes, my nostrils are in heaven. I don't like drinking it so much as inhaling its fragrance, enveloping in warmth and grace. Coffee and Sandy, the events of the world are plans for the day. If the plumber isn't sick, if our muscle is up for work today, I could never lift what he lifts, and I certainly can't lift it now. I don't intend to try. I water the garden. He lifts logs. Feed the horses, feed the chickens, scratch the cat, rub the dog, work on the house. Internet porn. You cannot believe the discs on that PDP-8. Whoa! Oh, Facebook writing, working, poetry, preparation. It's all preparation, Until I actually live here, it's just preparation. Preparations for the day when I move in. I dream about that day. I sitting there at an oaken desk, gazing out through a window, my window. I write my memories or my class lessons with all my books standing proudly and elegantly on bookshelves where they belong. Perhaps I shall have a special book that opens a passage into a different universe. I'll invite Boy Scout troops over into my den and count how many come out. A year in the other universe is only one day here. I shall have a place of my own. I doodle. Dinner. Sandy and Brenda are great cooks. They are chefs as well. I eat like a king. I am getting fat and happy. Fox News, film noir, dog, cat, chickens, horses, bed.
Wow, that sounds very, very, very happy and calm and a gentle poem. I really enjoyed that. That was very, very nice. Well done. Good prose. It's sounds like a very, very calm person right there, John. Bill, good job. Great poem, everybody. Next we have, was it Jan and James? Are you up next? All right, fantastic.
Okay. I did this draft today, going through my journals. Right now it's called Strange Bedfellows. It's not that Supreme Alito's spouse leased inherited land to gas and oil exploration. It's that her lawyer is Jamie Gorelick. Jamie Gorelick is also Jared Kushner's lawyer and helped him finally get security clearance. Security clearance, it took or got some years and years to get. Jamie also is a friend or mentor to Merrick Garland, and she's a good friend of Hillary Clinton. Hillary Clinton worked with Victoria Nuland, who was 5 deferment Dick Cheney's chief information officer. Strange bedfellows. Thank you.
Mm. Good, honey.
He
Okay,
says,
I'll go too.
All
And I
right, fantastic. Here we go. James Van Loy, everybody.
Yeah, so I got this is Stone Soup poem. St. Francis at Stone Soup at Out of the Blue in 2013. St. Francis at Stone Soup at Out of the Blue 2013. There is a monk in the corner without a head who must, I'm suddenly sure, must be St. Francis, with only a concave depression where his neck should be. But then St. Francis probably found his head to be this extraneous appendage, which only weighed him down when his heart with bloody wings was really just ready to fly around the world to accomplish more than we think. While above this decapitated saint is one of the overworked angels carrying a twig of laurel that stands out clearly as if to offer the saint the peace which is so regularly denied the rest of us when all of us are here in the midst of serial tropical storms, which keep careening in from Mystery Island, while the interior, the national insides dry up and blow away and then burn up the first responders whose pop tents were not proof against the fiery resins, whose fate escapes the kindness of St. Francis, whose arms still ritually reenact benefiction, as if he knows, fondly knows what we need, and what we should become even without a head. And yes, indeed, he never really needed a head when he had all that beautiful, winged, high-flying art. And here's the song for it. Picture you upon my knee, just before 2 and 2:40, just me for you and you for me alone. Nobody near us to see us or hear us. No friends or relations on weekend vacations. We won't have it known that we own a telephone. Dear, day will break and you'll awake and start to bake a sugar cake for me to take, for all the boys to see. We will raise a family, a boy for you, a girl for me. Can't you see how happy we will be? Can't you see how happy we will be? Bum, 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 bum.
Fantastic. And James, I just want to shout out you real quick and share your, if you want to see all of James' work, go to It's All One Thing at oddballmagazine.com. You can really get immersed in James' Labyrinth work. It goes on. It's just an incredible arrangement of work for many years. So please check out and just, celebrate James Van Loy's work at oddballmagazine.com. It's really fabulous stuff. Thanks, James, for what you do.
Thank you, Jason.
Up next, who's up next?
Jason,
Who's
you can
gonna...
just say one more thing. Just one more
Yes.
thing.
Yeah.
You can always see my actual labyrinths down on Boston Common. I have them up there at least probably 4 or 5 days a week. And so you can actually come down and walk a real labyrinth on Boston Common. I'm usually down there at least probably 4 or 5 days of the week doing that. The only time they won't be there is when it's raining.
James, is it all right if I ask you what a labyrinth is? I've always wondered what that is.
Labyrinths are a unicursal design as opposed to what people generally would call a maze these days, which is multicursal, and therefore you can get lost in it. So it's a one-way path. to the center and back out again, which if you follow the lines, you will never get lost. Although, of course, anybody is perfectly welcome to use them in any possible way they want to. And a lot of people just kind of do hopscotch or walk around them. And little kids actually get so fascinated by the designs that they just run in circles. So I've been doing this now for, I used to do a workshop down at St. Paul's, and I make the labyrinths right across from St. Paul's, which now has a Nautilus, actually, a sculpture that is up in the pediment, the triangle of the neoclassical federal style architecture of that cathedral.
Yeah,
I'm so glad I asked you that. I've always wondered what labyrinth poems were. You've been writing labyrinth poems for years now.
Yeah, it was the big thing in the Middle Ages. They actually would have used the words labyrinth and maze interchangeably in those days, but they had a whole set of labyrinth forms, of labyrinth poems, and of labyrinth music and whatnot. So it was a really big thing in the Middle Age, kind of like before the Renaissance and into that period of time when the modern age really started about 500 years ago.
Wow, that's fantastic. So if you want to check out more of James Van Lloyd, just check out oddballmagazine.com. It's all one thing. It goes on. Thanks for James for all the work you do. And we'll see you at Oddball Festival on August 13th. It's going to be awesome.
Great.
Robert Fleming, you want to go up one more time?
Sure, I want to share.
All right,
Good
jump off the
evening,
stage.
Good evening, I'm Robert Fleming. Currently, Jon Wesick and I are doing a joint work together. I am doing the graphics and Jon is doing the text. Jon sent me about 5 poems and I created part of the graphics for one of them and I want to share them tonight. I want to start off by having Jon read his poem. Would you read your poem for us on the screen, Jon?
Clutter. She leaves her breasts on the counter in front of the blender and microwave oven. Her dark Orioles distract me every time I carry bread to the toaster. It's always the same, shapely thighs drying on the shower rod, hips soaking in the sink. She drops her navel on the bathroom floor along with her wet towel, piles lips and mouth with dirty dishes, and abandons her uvula on the dresser. I need to clear the couch of slender calves and smooth shoulders to watch TV. At bedtime, something wet tickles my ear, her tongue on my pillow.
Thank you. And this is my graphic image for it. It's called Empty Milk Carton. And as a graphic artist, one of the most difficult images to manipulate is a piece of rope. And the milk in this image is the similar shape to a piece of rope. So that was the most difficult part of this image. I will also be putting some of Jon's words in this and doing a male similar piece. The male piece will be a penis coming out of the head will be the dispenser of a Ready Whip can, which is in red, and it will be dispensing whipped cream onto a banana split. That will be my my follow-up to this for the male version. And this is the second piece where I've taken different body parts of women and put them all over the kitchen.
Okay, yeah, we're checking it out, yeah.
And I will be doing a similar piece with the male body parts. From my looking at digital magazines, the only one that I've seen that would accept human frontal nudity, especially male nudity, is Horror Sleaze Trash. So we probably will be submitting to Horror Sleaze Trash. And thank you for letting me share Jon and I's progress on our work together.
Holy shit. Okay, Robert, thank you. That is so interesting and downright a little disturbing. It is art, folks. That's what it is. That was but beautiful, beautiful at the same time. I loved it. I loved it. Uh, uh, all right, we have next up, we have and definitely check out Horace Lee's Trash. It sounds like you're gonna see a lot of Jon Wesick stuff and also Robert Fleming stuff. So check it out. And that's cool that you're illustrating stuff together. All right. So next up on the open mic, that would be Jon Engstrom.
Great. I have
All right,
another
Jon
short
Engstrom, you
piece.
have the mic.
Okay, am I muted?
You're good. Go ahead.
Okay, great. This is called a loose lyric sound. Twirling, trilling woodbird, coloratura soprano in evening dress, notes and phrases soaring upward through trees and sky. Soprano. Spangles of light flutter across a curtain of wind-blown leaves. The river's placid surface shines with a galaxy of Vermeer pearls made by splashing droplets. A blind spot shudders with epileptoid paroxysms in a snowy globe of the Mayflower. Phone sex Girl Scouts sell eglantine and hellebore on the Hellespont. A brace of wind, a tenor, brack, 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 more wind. The past flows on endlessly as the present moment breaks and dissolves around it.
Fantastic, fantastic. I just wanted to share your work as well, Jon, at Oddball. If you want to check that out, we have a poem by Trip J. Judd, I believe is the name of the poet there. Trip J. Cruz. And here, check out this. This is Jon Engstrom, published in Oddball, The Hurt of History. Look at that. That is... Jon, can I ask you what's going on in this piece here?
Oh, there are different layers of time. There's modern history with JFK in it. There's organic decay going on. There's hallucinatory dreams about buried houses somewhere in the desert, giant malefic looking butterfly. You know, it's a lot of stuff, and then it's sort of dominated by that screaming skull, you know. So it's kind of, it's got a bit of a link to The Scream, the painting by Edvard Munch, and that kind of pulls it all together because it's a lot of different pieces thrown together.
Yeah.
Different.
And I gotta shout out the pairing that Chad does. Chad does some hard work as associate editor. He paired this together with so we see the visual here. If I can read Tripp's poem, Black Medicine. Digital skinwalkers back from the brink of extinction. Looks like you got something right there. I love this pairing already. A generated trickster virus downloading crowdsourced personal data directly into cranium chips.
Yeah.
Virtual reality handshake agreements between remote machines. Check this out. See, like, it's so great. Firewall Trojan horses wait bottom line like Wayland. Corpse cops tweaked on hardwired neural implants and jack juice. Define, please. Definition: a cocktail of tar sands, caffeine drips, and cyber buffalo cum, red terminal neon poison night. A suit that weighs down everything with the gravity of sin. Any other city, and we both have fewer exit wounds. And now check out this pairing, and that's why that goes well. So cool. And I just want to shout out your bio there, that you're a Boston-based artist, author, poet, journalist, museum worker, and serves as arts critic for the Fenway News. And a lot of your collage and poems appear on Divergence magazine and Facebook. So shout out, check out Jon Engstrom. Such good work there, man. I am really a big fan of your stuff.
That's right.
Wow, good stuff. Ethan, do you have one more in you for a bass song? You're muted if you're gonna go again.
No.
Yes, I do.
All right, Ethan, you have the floor. Wow. Wow, excellent, Ethan. Thank you again. That was phenomenal. Everybody give it up for Ethan Mackler. That was really great. Carol,
Yes,
do you have one more in you?
I do.
Awesome. You have the floor, Carol. Carol Weston, everyone.
Okay, this is a broadside, and my friend Serena did an extraordinary figure representing Azraphel, angel of death. Oh my God, I'm sorry you can't see it. Azraphel, angel of death, hands around her neck. I have come to introduce you to death, Azraphel said. Hold your hands tighter so I can see my destiny, she said. In my pocket I carry fossil whale's inner ear for balance and jasper to represent the floor of heaven. I who cannot speak pull through infinity, and my voice echoes up the stairway to heaven. Azraphel, angel of death, protect me. Thank you.
Wow. Thank you, Carol. That was fantastic. Incredible. Everyone is everyone is clapping and enjoying that piece. Thank you, Carol, so much.
Oh, good.
I'm gonna read one final poem. I'm gonna do a plug for Oddball Festival one more time. Promo code for half off of this event is Stone Soup. And here we go. I'm gonna just share with you my poem. It's just a jagged thought before the last one. And it's a simple poem. It's my daughter's turning 1 on Friday. So this was written a little bit before then, and it's called Jagged Thought 485. Emerson, her name is Emerson. Emerson at 11 months. Wide-eyed angel, intelligent, beautiful scholar to be. Can't wait for you to walk to me. Bright-eyed angel, intelligent, loving, brave cosmonaut to be. Can't wait for you to talk to me. Open-eyed angel, loving, brave, beautiful explorer to be. Can't wait for you to read to me. Warm-hearted angel, soon to explore the stars and sea. I love you truly, deeply, infinitely. You gave something to me, the gift of being a dad, all I've ever wanted to be.
Wow.
And that's my poem. You can see more of that kind of stuff at oddballmagazine.com every Tuesday. Oh, thank you, John. Yeah, we are super excited. Emerson's first birthday is Friday, so we're so excited. So happy birthday to Emerson, obviously named after the poet who is a transcendentalist thinker, creative expressionist, and I thought it was a perfect name for such a perfect person. I'm gonna quickly share with you one more time the Oddball Festival flyer and how you can get tickets, and then we're gonna do an obligatory wave as Stone Soup does, and then we're gonna go and enjoy our merry ways. Okay, so this is the Oddball Festival happening August 13th. Rain or shine, $10 donation to Oddball Foundation. We're a 501c3 for mental health advocacy with the goal of expression, empowerment, letting people express themselves, empowering, educating, and entertaining. Those are the four E's of Oddball Foundation. And we do that through the podcast, we do that through the magazine, and we do that through community events like this one, the Oddball Festival. So it's gonna be phenomenal. Chad's gonna read, I'm gonna read, James Van Looy's gonna read, Ethan's gonna play bass. It's gonna be just an incredible with the Garage Poets. This is gonna be an incredible event. Timothy Gager from Dyer Literary Series is gonna be there. We're gonna have some great mental health advocates from DBSA, which is the Depression Bipolar Support Association. We're going to have DRA, which is Dual Recovery Anonymous, which is a fantastic community. More Massachusetts Opioid Addiction Recovery, Safe Coalition, Stay Fit for Duty, which is a good friend of mine, James Boomhauer. He is a flight paramedic, and he gives peer support to other people who are first responders. It's gonna be a really inspiring event. We have some awesome music from Eric Salt and Erica Mantone. Erica Mantone was up for Best of Boston last year. She is a phenomenal singer, really beautiful stuff. Check her out on Spotify as well as Eric Salt. Shifting Gears Sound Healing is gonna be incredible. Sir Ian is this is gonna be a great event. Tons of vendors, good cause, gonna be a hot day, so bring your sunscreen. That's Oddball Festival, and that's happening August 13th. All right, so we're gonna stop share. I'd like everyone to do what Chad does and do the obligatory wave. All right, everybody. This has been Stone Soup. I'm Jason Wright. I hosted today. I appreciate it, everybody.
Thanks, Jason.
Peace, everyone. Have a good day.
Well done, Jason.
Oh, thank you. If there's more open mics and stuff like that, please let them know. Also, one other thing. I don't know if you are friends of Oddball Foundation, but please join us on Facebook to be part of Oddball Foundation Friends. And I'll just share that real quick. There you go. You can join us, and we're a growing community. 528 members, some really cool advocates, some really cool poets. A good place to promote your work. That's Friends of Oddball Foundation. My name is Jason Wright. I'll see you all real soon. Bye, everyone. Thank you, Chad, for having me host, and we'll see y'all soon.
Bye.
Bye, John Engstrom. That was a pleasure. That was a real pleasure.
Hey, thanks.
Thank you, James Van Looy. See you at Oddball Festival. Ethan Mackler, see you at Oddball Festival. And yeah, that's it. That's where we're at. It's going to be an incredible event, and we'll see you real soon. Carol, it's been a pleasure. Thank you, and we'll see you next week. Yeah. Bye, everyone.